Hello, hi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and press the notification button. God bless you. So straight to the topic. So anyway, today I want to talk about men and women of God into ministry. They need to have a side job. They need to have another job. They need to do something else to support their upkeep, feeding, and expenses. They cannot and should not and must not depend solely on the ministry for their provision and needs. Why? Because what this does is it makes them to put pressure, unnecessary pressure on their members. And this makes some members to stop coming to church. This makes some people talk bad against pastors, prophets, and the ministry as a whole. This discourages people. This drives people. This made souls to backslide and even not get saved. They need to get a side job. Ministers of the gospel get a side job. Apostle Paul, for example, he was a blessing to his followers and not a burden. You need to be a blessing to your followers and not a burden. Hello, am I talking to someone here? You need to be a blessing to your followers and not a burden. You need to work with your hand. You need to work with your hand. The ministry job is not something you do like business to gain physical profits. No, your profit is in heaven. Yes, God can reward you here on earth too, but you don't have to pressurize people. God can lay it in their heart to bless you. You don't have to depend on them. Depend on God and use your hands to work. Get a side job. Get a side job. God, there is no way God can put it in your heart to do only ministry, because he knows that you cannot support yourself with only ministry, most especially if you are just coming up, and you will need to feed, and God understands that, and God does not want you to go and pressure his people. God doesn't want you to be a burden to his people. He wants you to be a blessing, not only spiritual blessing, but also physical blessing, which is financial blessing to his people. That was how Paul was. How come none of you is preaching it? How come none of you is following his footstep? Apostle Paul should be a guideline for you how you should practice ministry. Get a job outside the ministry to support your family, to support yourself, to support your feeding, your needs and your expenses. Don't depend on your members. Don't depend on your followers. Don't pressurize them to give you money. You are driving them away. You are making them backslide, and you are making people not get saved, and you are making people talk bad about ministers of God. Stop that. Stop that. Get a job outside the ministry. Get a side job, a supporting job, so you can do the ministry without what will I say now, without not just only pressurizing people, without also expecting to get. And if you don't get from a particular member or members, you start acting funny, you start cursing them, you start throwing words from the pulpit, you start saying one thing or the other, or start keeping and you start keeping malice, or you start keeping grudges, or you start being bitter. That will also affect your prayer. But if you have your own money and you are in ministry, you will love all your members. You will pray for them earnestly with all your heart. You will be good. You will be obedient to God, and you will do his will. You won't be a burden to your members and your followers. Please repent. Get a side job, okay? And support the ministry of God. May God bless you as you do. Thank you.